Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be reviewing the Kia K4. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jerry Sander Kia here in Salt Lake for giving me some time with this K4. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. If you have any questions, just ask for Brian, and then also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a CVT. Fuel economy is 29 around town and then 39 on the highway, with power outputs being 147 horsepower and then 132 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, it's actually really cool what they've done with the design. You guys can see the little lines there on either side, but then it's just flat there in the center, but it kind of curves down a little bit as well. And then really cool with the headlight, turn signal, indicator design, normal modern Kia fashion. You can see there with the trim that goes across the front grille. But yeah, overall, I mean, this is a good looking car. Now on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225 by 45 by 17 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver with the black trim. It looks really sharp. I like the fender flare design. You can see the rest of the bodywork continues along the side. Interesting, real door handle, fake door handle. Anyways, here's your full side profile with this K4. And then this leads us to the key fob. We got the Kia logo. We have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the hatch. Remote start there on the other side, and well, pop it open. And when I say hatch, I mean trunk. I've been reviewing too many SUVs lately, I suppose. But you guys can see there with the little pull tabs on either side, which is pretty cool. We had tons of storage space here in the rear, so it's a really practical car from that perspective. When you're all done, just plop that down. We have this crazy taillight design here on the back, K4 badge there on the other side, but that's the rest of the rear. And then this brings us inside. You guys can see we've got this cloth trim here, and then you can see the soft touch down below. And then here are the seats. Got a nice cloth trim all over. Quickly pop in. Legroom back here is pretty good. Got some charging ports there, with a little bit of storage. And then headroom back here is pretty good too. Now taking a look at the front door panel, it's actually soft touch here at the top. You got more of that cloth trim down below and then more soft touch where you can rest your arm. All of the window controls, we've got our mirror adjustments as well. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat. Nice trim all over. We've got manual adjustments. And this is cool with what they've done with the trim there on the dash. You can see the vent down below, parking brake, all of that. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around, and it's interesting the Kia logo is offset. A bunch of practical controls in the front, including our voice command, volume controls. We've got our adaptive cruise control with our lane centering. You can see the little drive mode select there on the steering wheel too. Traditional stocks here on the back. And here's the gauge cluster, so digital gauge cluster, which we can see different bits of information on the car. This is where we also change the drive mode as well. Pretty straightforward. Backup camera in reverse. We do have two directions that turn with the steering wheel and pretty good resolution. And it looks like this has the screen set up from the EV9. So you can see like the climate stuff here on the side, and then you got the main screen here. So quick response time, it's easy to use, and then you've got physical buttons down below for the radio, and then down below that you've got some physical climate controls as well, so it's all easy to access. Like I said earlier, this is soft touch here at the top, and I like the vent trim that kind of goes all the way across. It's very interesting to say the least. Got some USB ports here with a wireless phone charging pad. Shifter there for the CVT. Got your auto hold right next to it. It's for the camera. This is cool. Little cup holder set up there on either side. But you can have it as extra storage if you want. Nice center console. Nice trim there on the top. Yeah, pretty big glove box. Manual mirror dimmer. No sunroof. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker. You can see 2025 K4EX. Here's all the standard equipment. There's your total MSRP, $25,145. And let's see how it performs. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, both the mirrors. Got the rest of the rear. And, well, let us squeeze out of here. Shouldn't be too hard because this is a pretty small car. I will say though, for this segment, man, I might have to reverse out. Hopefully not. For this segment, it's actually pretty big, pretty beefy. Most cars in this particular segment are not. I mean, you know, think Corolla. Like, I can fit behind myself in this car, no problem, like tons of space. So I think that's one thing that a lot of people will like about the K4 compared to some of the competition. Kind of reminds me of the new Civic, right? The new Civic's also a very spacious car as well. But we'll see how it drives. Yeah, and the price point this is at is also quite impressive, if you ask me. You know, something that's, you know, most cars in this segment are, I mean, it depends, they're around this price point, but I mean, most of the Corollas that I see on dealer lots are 30K. And then same thing with, I mean, I just reviewed a Civic the other day that was 27K, but still, the amount of features this has at this price point, I think it's quite impressive. Aside from that, smooth overall. I will say, like, and these seats are comfortable. Seats are very comfortable. I like this cloth trim. It's like kind of soft. It's nice. Yeah, it seems like it's got a little bit of get up and go, but it's not monstrously quick by any means. Not too shabby. Yeah, ride quality is pretty nice. Going over the bumps and all of that. Ah, more construction. Gotta love it. What season is it in Utah? Construction season. But yeah, no, seriously, it is driving really well. It's impressive, I think, and it's got decent torque for the segment. Feels a lot less economy compared to a Prius, or even a, not Prius, sorry, Corolla or a Civic. I'm interested to see if people like this more than the Elantra. It's kind of an interesting one to think about. Yeah, again, it's not a rocket ship by any means, but it moves. It moves. So overall, the new K4, this is a cool car. You know, I think we're in a pretty cool situation right now where we have a lot of really cool, affordable cars. You got this K4. You know, Corolla and Civic, those have been mainstays for quite some time now. You've got the Hyundai Elantra, the new Chevy Trax, if you want kind of more like a SUV type style, right? And then if you go up a little bit in price, then, you know, you've got like Seltos, you've got HRV and all that, but there's just a lot more, I don't know, there's a lot more options than I feel like there was just a few years ago. Prices have obviously gone up on everything, but it seems like this segment is building out a little bit because manufacturers are understanding that they've got to also build affordable cars, right? Because, well, they're in the business to sell cars, and so you got to make cars in all segments. Oh, Subaru Impreza, that was another one. My little sister actually just bought one of those Subaru Imprezas. So let me know what you guys think about the K4, but you know, in normal Kia fashion, really good value. Like, lots of features for the money, looks cool, drives well. So yeah, I think this is a really good competitor to stuff like the Civic and the Corolla, and like I said, they made it affordable. This is about as cheap as it gets in today's world.